not bad. I'm cold. Well, as we continue our road trip through the Old Testament, this week we see what life is like in the Promised Land. Last week they wandered in the desert for 40 years, they heard the speeches of Moses in Deuteronomy, and they conquered the land under the leadership of Joshua. This week, in the book of Judges, things begin to spiral out of control. Israel get caught in a cycle where they disobey God, and so God punishes them by making their enemies oppress them. They then cry out to God for help. Then God raises up a judge to save them. And then, under that judge, life is good. But when the judge dies, they go back to disobeying God. And it spirals out of control, that even the judges get worse and things go wrong, so much so that by the end of the book, it's just chaos as everyone does what they want to do. Then in the books of 1 and 2 Samuel, Israel continue their disobedience by wanting to be just like all the other nations. They even ask for a king, rejecting God as their true king, and therefore rejecting his rule and blessings. But God has not forgotten his promises and remains faithful. And so God, after things go wrong with Saul, raises up and chooses his anointed king, King David. And he gives a great promise to King David, where he says that one of his descendants will rule forever. So, as we're reading on now, we're not just thinking about the 3 promises to Abraham, land, people, and blessing. We're now looking for this promised, anointed king, a Messiah who will rule forever. Who's it going to be? When is this king going to come? Well, you have to keep on reading to find out.